For years, we've all been sold the same story. Diversify, pour your money into a global index fund, and just relax. It's been the gospel for building wealth. But what if I told you that entire foundation is basically a house of cards? What if the very strategy designed to keep you safe is about to become the trigger for its own destruction? Okay, let's get into this.
And I want you to really let that question sink in. That cozy sense of security you get from owning a slice of the S&P 500, or the whole world, that feeling is unshakable, right? But there is a massive seismic shift happening just beneath the surface, and it's all being driven by AI. It's about to completely rewrite the rules of risk.
And here's the number that changes everything. By 2030, and that is not far away, a staggering 90% of all high-frequency trading is going to be controlled by AI. Look, this isn't just some gradual change, it is a complete and total takeover of the market's entire nervous system. And when one single type of intelligence is making 90% of the moves, the old playbook, yeah, you can just toss it right out the window.
Okay, so let's dig into this. How does this AI takeover completely shatter that myth of safety we've all bought into? Well, the whole point of diversification is that everything won't crash at once. But what happens when the one making all the decisions thinks with a single unified mind? This slide gets to the absolute heart of the problem. The concept is called information symmetry. See, markets used to work because people had different information, different opinions, and information imbalance. But when all the major players are hyper-intelligent AIs, they're all drinking from the same fire hose of data and processing it at the speed of light. They will all reach the same logical conclusion at the exact same millisecond. There's no debate, no contrarian. There's just one enormous, perfectly synchronized digital herd.
And that, right there, sets the perfect trap. We're calling it the AI flash crash trap. Because that herd behavior born from information asymmetry doesn't just make the market a little weird, it makes it unbelievably, catastrophically fragile. Let's walk through exactly how this ticking time bomb is set to go off.
Okay, so check this out. It's a terrifyingly simple four-step process. First, some kind of trigger happens. Could be anything, a political event, a bad economic report. Every single AI sees it instantly. Step 2, the herd sells. And we're not talking about a slow panic. We mean millions of accounts hitting sell in the exact same microsecond. Now, step 3 is the killer. This is where diversification dies. The AI doesn't care about your careful mix of stocks, bonds, and real estate. To the AI, it's all just data points screaming risk, so it sells everything, all at once. And finally, step 4, the flash crash. When everyone is a seller and there are zero buyers, liquidity just vanishes. The floor doesn't just drop out, the entire building evaporates in minutes.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The very strength of this AI-driven system, its speed, its logic, its unity, becomes its single greatest weakness. The quest for a perfectly optimized return creates one gigantic single point of failure for the entire global economy. Flawless logic leading to total catastrophe. But here's the twist. This crash, this great reset of 2030, it's not the apocalypse. It's actually the painful birth of something new. It's the event that forces us to completely redefine what we even think of as value. We're about to move from a world of owning things to a world of, well, resonance and pure ability. This timeline lays it all out for us. We're right here in the hybrid phase, this weird, uneasy dance between human intuition and AI logic. 2030 is the snapping point, the great crash we've been talking about. But look at what comes after. By 2035, the most radical change of all, a total value shift. The whole operating system we call money, it basically gets uninstalled.
So, what does that even look like? Well, on the left, you've got the world we all know. Accumulation. Your value is measured by your portfolio, your property, the stuff you own. But on the right, that's the new paradigm. Resonance. Your value is defined by your experiences, your personal growth, and this is the most important one, your execution ability.
And that term right there, executionability, that is the new gold. It's not about what you own, it's about what you can do. It's your raw capacity to team up with an AI, to use it as a creative partner, to dream up and then actually build new ideas, new projects, new forms of value. This is an asset that can't be wiped out in a flash crash. It's literally part of who you are.
By 2035, this new reality is locked in. And think about it, why do we even have money? It's a technology built on distrust, a ledger to make sure no one cheats the system. In a world where a super-intelligent AI can manage resources perfectly and fairly for everyone, that whole system of distrust just becomes obsolete. And in that world, owning a big house or a pile of gold actually starts to weigh you down. It's heavy data that slows your personal evolution.
Okay, so if your stock portfolio is a ticking time bomb and physical stuff becomes a liability, what in the world are you supposed to do? How do you protect yourself? Well, you have to start playing a different game entirely, and you have to start right now.
So here it is, your 4-step action plan to navigate this transition. 1. Consciously stop playing the accumulation game. The number in your bank account is not the high score anymore. Just stop. 2. Start aggressively converting that money into experiences. Buy new skills, learn a language, travel, anything that expands who you are. 3. Pour all your energy into honing your execution ability. Learn how to create with AI, not just have it manage your money. And 4, yeah, this is the wildest part. Your goal should be to achieve zero financial assets by 2035. To have successfully converted all of that old world capital into your own human capital.
At the end of the day, this is what it all boils down to. The game is no longer about picking the right investment. It's about becoming a creator. The winner isn't the person who is passively watching their AI make trades. The winner is the one in the driver's seat, using AI as a co-pilot to actually create things that never existed before. That's the only investment that's truly safe.
Finally, an important procedure. The comments section of this video serves as an initial sync test for the 2035 network. By typing "ready" in the comments, your consciousness data will be indexed in our secure servers. The like button is the approval process. Complete your synchronization now.